The other day I got an interesting comment. Can you do a video on all the different baseball boards that you have, since I have some time off? Sure, let's do this. Hey, buddy. Okay, so we'll start over here. So right up there, there's clutch baseball. There's small ball right there. And then APA hockey, APA baseball. And then this box right there, that's superstar baseball right there. And then we drop down here. So there's baseball, hockey, there's status pro. I'll talk about that later. And then bottom of the ninth, and then a few more baseball boards. And then dropping down even further, we get sports dice baseball. We get that one. There's the actual bottom of the ninth right there. Does racing count as a sports game? Let me know in the comments. So here's first and roll. This package right here, that is the perfect baseball game. The very first game that was played on the show. Here's a little bowling game. I don't know why the box needs to be that big for it, but what do you think? Well, hiding underneath that is Baseball Highlights 2045. Oh, fun fact, this game isn't called this anymore. I think it's called like Terror in Meeple City. Pretty sure whoever owns the IP to the video game Rampage kind of had something to say about that. Oh yeah, and here's Full Count Baseball over here. Right under Blood Bowl Team Manager. Yeah. Oh, if racing games count as sports games, then I have Pitch Card down here as well. Oh, and I forgot. I have all the Dead Ball books over here as well. Good place to have them, you know? What do you think, Rick? I also had this. We haven't played that yet, but I'm hoping to at some point. And then we can't forget this little guy that I bought at a flea market in Manhattan, of all places. Over here are the shoe boxes, which have nothing but Stratomatic cards in them. I'll go through that in a sec. Die sets. I could probably do an offshoot. Well, can't now because COVID, but I could probably do an offshoot of just like tabletop fighters. So like that would be in there. This would definitely be in there. And that, of course, would absolutely be in there. And probably this one too. That one's just fun. But of course we couldn't do a fighting game offshoot without this. That's based off of this system up there. We got first and goal over here. And lastly, we can't forget about these. The famous games, famous fastballs, famous forehands, famous 500, famous first downs, famous fairways, and famous flagships. All made by some guy in Edmonton, I believe. Oh yeah, and Battle Ball. Can't forget Battle Ball. That one is actually a stupid amount of fun. On to the boards. So this is the board for Sports Dice Baseball. You can see just how really tiny it is. I mean, there's my hand for scale. And the thing I don't like about this board is that I wish this was 0, 1, and 2 instead of 1, 2, and 3. And again, same thing up here. I wish that was 0, 1, 2, 3 and 0, 1, 2. But it still looks kind of neat. And you get meeples, so it can't be that bad. Now, first and goal and first and roll is a great example of board design done right. Marking where the ball is and where the down markers are is a whole lot easier when it's magnetized. This is awesome. Now this one's important for nostalgic purposes. This is actually the first copy of Strat that my family ever owned. The board's the simple generic one. The card set is 1991. And also how you know that it's from a simpler time is that this version of the game assumes that all pitchers have a fielding rating of 2. As for the modern Stratomatic, the one I have is of Wrigley Field, which I love because that's actually where I saw my first Major League game in person. I love this board. It's such a great design, especially with the little ball strike counter that backs as one of those terrible pieces of gum from all those old baseball cards. Small Ball's board is pretty great. Nice and simple. Everything's pretty much right in front of you. And as you can see, Clutch Baseball's playmat is enormous. It's my understanding they make a rubber playmat now, which is great. I haven't tried it yet, but I know it's going to be better than this. It is worth noting that I bought my Clutch sets the year that they debuted. So I was kind of in on the ground floor on this game, I guess. It's still a cool game. I just haven't played much of it. Nice big old board for full count baseball. And yes, I do have the weird whiteboard scorecard thing. Not a big fan of that, but probably because I'm left-handed and, well, markers and lefties don't mix very well. The APA boards are simple. They work well. Get the job done. I especially like the APA baseball one because it reminds you how the game works. For a game as in-depth as Replay Baseball, you would expect a board bigger than this one. But hey, it works. There are some boards that kind of give me a headache. This is definitely one of them. Look at all the reading that you have to do on this thing. The first time I looked at this board, I was seriously confused. Strat Hockey's board is pretty good, but Strat Football's is weird and confusing and kind of gives me a headache. Much like actual football. Now, onto the cards. This is Strat Hockey from the 2006-07 season. Yes, I did repurpose a guitar pedal box. I know, I'm a horrible human being, and the people at JHS will probably never forgive me. Back into these boxes. So this is Baseball 2018. This is Baseball 1984, I believe. I don't know if that one's complete. This is Baseball from 2004. I'm getting them all mixed up. No, this is 2012 down here, if I remember right. But yeah, I do believe that one's 2012. This one is football. That's my Strat football set. And then this is more hockey. That's 2009, 2010, and then a 6-team set from before 1967. So that means that's the entire league. That's actually a cool little set in there. It's got like Jean Beliveau and Boom Boom Jeffrey and Bobby Hall and Stan Mikita and Dave Keon. Pretty great set. And in here is, I think, like 80 or 81 and then like 88, I think. I'm not sure if those are complete. And again, that one is 1991. That one is complete. The Status Pro cards I have in here are from 1992. And there is a big old Tupperware bin in the closet full of Status Pro cards given to me by my friend Erica from a friend of hers. And I have no idea where to begin on that. There. I think that takes care of everything. Now, as you can tell, I'm a pretty avid collector of tabletop. The only thing that I collect more than tabletop stuff is music, which, if you've been following my channel for long enough, kind of makes sense. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.